What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Indiana State versus SMU college basketball matchup going down Wednesday, March 20th, 2024. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, including my daily $19 best bet, make sure that you head on over to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. But let's get to this one between Indiana State and SMU. Indiana State coming into this one out of the Missouri Valley, 28-6 on the year. Meanwhile, SMU coming into this one out of the AAC, 20-12 this season. And Indiana State, well, they were viewed by many as one of the biggest snubs of the NCAA tournament. You know, their only real losses out of conference, and even, I would say, substantial losses this season, were to Drake twice, Michigan State, and Alabama, 4 tournament teams. The only non-tournament teams they lost to were Illinois State and Southern Illinois, a couple of, conference losses, and those conference losses are going to happen. But I think it was enough to knock them out of the tournament, even with all the bid stealing that was happening. I think 5 conferences had bid stealers, the last 2 years combined had 3. I don't think it was enough. I think Indiana State should be in the field, especially when you look at some of the teams that made it. Teams like FAU, I would have had USF ahead of FAU, but because UAB won the AAC, I wouldn't have had them in the FAU in the tournament. I would have much rather had Indiana State than FAU. But again, I'm not on the tournament committee, unfortunately. SMU, on the other hand, this was an SMU team that really just had inconsistencies over the course of the season. They entered the they were in non-conference at 1.6-4. They lost 4 of their last 5 to close out the regular season, and a quick exit against Temple in the AAC tournament basically wrote off their season. And as much as I like this SMU team, they're solid defensively, top 60 in 3-point defense, just outside the top 25 in 2-point defense, top 60 nationally in defensive efficiency. And I understand why points with SMU could be worth a look in a spot like this, because, SMU played some tough competition this year, and they had 7 true road losses this season, and 5 of those 7 were decided by 5 points or less. The problem for me with SMU is that while this team is solid defensively, for my money, they didn't really have a game against an offense as dynamic as Indiana State's. This is an Indiana State team that on a national scale is 11th in 3-point shooting, 1st in the country in 2-point shooting, 3rd nationally in free throw shooting, and they do a good job of getting to the foul line, and they don't give up many free throws either. The thing for me about Indiana State is for a team that is so dominant on the offensive end of the floor, their defense is actually not bad. Just inside the top 100 in defensive efficiency, 120th in 3-point shooting, 120th in 3-point defense, 105th in 2-point defense. And SMU, like I said, this team doesn't get to the foul line all that often, and when they do, they're shooting 68%. For me, there are just too many edges for Indiana State to not give Indiana State a look here. I understand that, some teams, when they get snubbed from the NCAA tournament, maybe, they have a bit of a hangover and they're just kind of like, they just go through the motions like they take the NIT as some consolation prize. I think Indiana State is going to come into the NIT with a point to prove, showing the NCAA tournament committee that they made a mistake, that this team should be in the tournament. I think they're going to come in and play with a bit of a chip on their shoulder. I might place a future on Indiana State to win the NIT, to be honest. So I'm going to take Indiana State here. I'm going to lay the 7.5 points with the Sycamores, and that's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. While you're Pick Dawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business, and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. And while you're at our YouTube channel, make sure you have notifications turned on so you can be the first to be in the know when the newest content drops here at Pick Dawgz. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.